Step 1. Disassemble the RoboVac. Begin by turning the RoboVac over and turning off the power switch. Remove the side brushes. Remove the brush guard. And remove the rolling brush. Remove the dustbin. Use a screwdriver to disassemble the 2 screws under the rolling brush bearings on the RoboVac. There will be several different screws you'll disassemble and reassemble, so make sure that you keep these separate and do not get them mixed up during the process. Use a screwdriver to disassemble the 8 screws under the bumper. Again, remember to keep these screws separate from the other screws. They are different. Now take the signal bracket off from under the bumper. There are 2 pieces. Now take off the bumper. Be careful to unplug the bumper from the main board when you do so. Now use a screwdriver to disassemble the 8 screws on the bottom of the RoboVac. Again, remember to keep these screws separate from the other screws. They are different. Turn the RoboVac over again with the glass top part on the top, the main power button facing down. Hold the bottom part of your RoboVac and carefully remove the top glass part, separating them. Unplug the top part from the motherboard. Step 2. Disassemble the side brush motor. Use a screwdriver to remove the 3 big silver screws on the main board. Again, keeping them separate from the other screws as they are different. Now is a good time to take a picture using your smartphone of the main board so that you can reassemble it later with ease. Unplug the wires connecting the side brush motors to the main board. Remove the main board, being careful not to damage any of the electric components. Now take off the signal bracket and move it forward so that you can access the side brush motors. Use a screwdriver to remove the 3 screws on the side brush motor. Remove the side brush motor. Keep the 3 screws that hold the side brush motor on for later when you reinstall the new side brush motor. Repeat the process to remove the other side brush motor. Step 3. Replace the side brush motor. Put in the new side brush motor. Use a screwdriver to reinstall the 3 screws of the side brush motor. Connect the side brush motor to the main board. Put the main board in place after you've reinstalled the other side brush motor. Reinstall the 3 silver screws on the main board. Reorganize the wires and check the original picture to make sure that all is set. Step 4. Reassemble the RoboVac. Take the top glass shell and reconnect the cable from the start button to the main board. Close the top glass shell. Turn over the RoboVac. Reassemble the 2 screws under the rolling brush bearings of the RoboVac. Use a screwdriver to reassemble the 8 screws on the bottom of the RoboVac. Reassemble the bumper and put it back into place. Make sure you plug it into the main board. After reassembling the bumper, shake and tap the bumpers to make sure that it can spring back. Reassemble the signal bracket under the bumper. Remember that there are 2 parts and that you should use the correct screws. Reassemble the 8 screws under the bumper. After reassembling the signal bracket bumper, shake and tap the bumper again to make sure that the new bumper can spring back. If it has trouble springing back, you may have over-tightened the screws. Put the side brushes, the rolling brush, and the dustbin back in place. Your RoboVac is now reassembled and ready to use.